And like I said, man, I'm ready for anybody, anything and anybody. You know, there's nothing that's gonna be in my way that I will not be able to beat. I'm here to beat everybody, and I'm here to stay. I feel like this fight, it's gonna really show how good I am and what level I'm on, and it's gonna be a great fight, man. Like I said, it's gonna be two bulls going at it, and there can only be one David that wins, and that David's gonna be David Benavidez.
Once they get in the ring with David Benavidez, they know it's a whole different story. So, man, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. This is the biggest fight of my life. And I'm at the best moment of my life, mentally, physically, emotionally. Everything is at 100%. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get the knockout victory.
This is a fight that David Morrell can win, but I don't know if he will win. I just have to know more about him. I have to know about his IQ, how he navigates through the late rounds, how he deals with the adjustment in the fight that he may not be winning. He had trouble with Hot Rod, but he wasn't losing. There's difference when you go back to the corner after 6 rounds and you don't know if you're up. A lot of these young fighters haven't had that yet. So I have to see what his adjustments is like when he's not winning the fight, or when the other guy is putting the kind of mental pressure on him where it starts to create a little bit of doubt. I'm very impressed with David Morrell, but he kind of relies on his forcefulness, his strength, his size. I mean, he's way too big to be fighting 68 pounds. I've been around. He's a big guy, you know. So I'm very, very impressed with him. But a lot of the guys he's been fighting are so much smaller than he is where he doesn't have to go into his bag of tricks and rely on other things like his IQ and things like that. And I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but I haven't seen it yet. So he also has a great coach in Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields knows what he's doing. He's seen everything in his game over 40 years. And Ronnie is very confident in the fight. But if you make me pick, I'm going to pick David Benavidez. I think that his IQ is very underrated. That's the first thing. I think his defense is underrated. People say he's easy to get hit. He's easy to hit, but when you fight like he fights, you're going to get hit. There's no way you're not going to get hit when you're walking to a guy. Plus, he's a big target. But he catches a lot of punches, man. He's really good at punching with you. He can counter punch. He's very conscious of his defense. You know, he's just not in there just letting his head get snapped back all over the place. When you see him get hit, if you look at him real close, even when he does get hit, his hands are up. So the punches are going to have to go through his glove. He's deflecting a lot of the power of the punches off.
On the 1st of February. It's an excellent fight. I think the styles will mesh well for it to be potentially a fight of the year. I fully expect this fight to go to the middle of the late rounds. I don't think it'll go the distance. Here, it's a true 50-50. This one's a because he got a kid, not a kid, a young man that's in front of him that's coming to bring it. He's not going to sit back and be cute with it, you know, and just wait to the late rounds to hopefully he get tired. And now he coming to get him. He knows he's coming to get him.
It's two guys in there that have the future in front of them in their career, and they're taking a risk. They're both taking a big risk. That's what, for me, that's what makes this fight so special. Their talents, their undefeated records, what's at stake, right? All of that. But that they're taking a risk when a lot of the fighters wouldn't. They'd say, no, I'm going to wait for a bigger fight. I'm going to, you know, not a bigger fight as far as danger, but a bigger fight as far as maybe a payday or, you know, whatever it could be. But you got a guy like Morrell. Not all those kind of fighters at this stage of their career would go and take on a dangerous fight against a guy like Benavidez. Both of them were terrific amateurs, undefeated as pros. I mean, Morrell comes from the legendary Cuban national team, you know, in the Olympics, everything else. He won a world title in a short period of time, like only a few special fighters have, you know.
Him over against Morrell is going to be a big fight. I'm a huge David Benavidez fan.
I love Canelo as well, but I don't like the fact that Canelo has taken so long to give him a match. And I just applaud David Benavidez because he ducks no one. He is the Mexican monster. Sometimes I'm wondering, is somebody going to hurt him because he's right there in front of them. He doesn't move, but he clearly shows he can take a punch and he can damn sure give one with either hand. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got boxing ability, he's got heart. And I don't know if there's a bigger fan of David Benavidez than me. I really, really I got a lot of love for his skills, and I want to see him on the big stage.
No, I think physically, obviously, Benavidez has the experience, but I think Morrell physically is a little bit more gifted than Benavidez, and I think it's going to be a tremendous fight. I think he's going to win that fight. To me, he's a savant. You talk about like a guy, give an analogy of Peyton Manning in football who's a savant. He looks at the defense. People don't realize how smart David Benavidez is. Very, very smart. I watch him in the ring making adjustments and just he's a savant. That said, he has the experience. His ring IQ is unbelievable. His creativity, I just think that David Morrell is just a superior athlete athletically to him.
The thing about Morrell is he's a fighter, and he'll fight anybody. It doesn't make a difference to him who he fights. He never complains about anything. He goes in and he does what he has to do. And Benavidez is the same way. He wants to fight only the best fighters. So, and finally, it's going to happen.
With Benavidez, I call it escape route. It ain't just about having defense with Benavidez. With Benavidez, it's defense, and then what's your escape route? Yeah. You going left? You going right? Are you able to mix it up to keep him going, keep him turning, keep him trying to find you? If you moving straight back, again, 11 fights, you're closer to your amateur pedigree than you are to the professional experience. And coming straight back is something that a lot of great amateurs do. So Morrell has great feet, but he's got to be ready to use them at all times. The jab is key for any fighter in the ring with Benavidez. And then in your gas tank. I'm hyped about this fight.
Yeah,
I'm hyped about
I'm not going to that fight. I'm sitting at home watching.
This fight right here is amazing.
It's a heavyweight fight.
He's fast enough. He can slide.
He can do everything David can do?
He can do everything David can do.
He got the hand speed?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
David just got more experience.
That's
David, I think, is just more comfy.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 fight. David Morrell and David Benavidez is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion.
And what did you say, Canelo?
But tough fight. David Morrell is really good. He's really, really good. He's good. I can't even. He's good.
You're kind of giving me a face like you don't know who wins that fight.
Yeah, I don't. Because David Morrell is big too. He's big for super middleweight too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's big. He can punch. He's slick. Real got that Cuban style. What he Cuban?
Yeah.
Like real slick.
But offensive with it.
Offensive with it, and those styles are tough for anybody to fight.
Even the Mexican monster.
Even the Mexican monster. And especially with David, with that style he got. David's really not slick. He just uses his size to wear guys down. He walk him down and he's so big, you hitting him, but you really can't get him good because he's too big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With David Morrell, he would really have to worry about some heat coming back being thrown at him. And David Morrell got real good feet. He got real good feet, so I think that would give David some trouble, and he can punch.
Quickly, I think that's going to rear its ugly head this fight, Morrell against David Benavidez. Don't be surprised if David Benavidez give him a boxing lesson. David Benavidez, I think he's going to show some movement, shoot the jab, be busy. I think Morrell has a puncher's chance. And I think it's a phenomenal puncher's chance because he's so athletically gifted, and he punch hard. Has that great background, amateur background. So I think he has a fantastic puncher's chance, but I think it's that. I think it's a bit early for Morrell. And when you look at his last fight, Riyadh season, I believe that was the same card where Bacoli stopped Jared Anderson. David Morrell didn't look that good. He didn't. But a lot of people don't think David Benavidez looked that good against Volsic. I thought he looked great. I just thought he gassed out, but I thought he looked phenomenal. I really did. And I saw new facets to his game as far as defensively. I thought he looked incredible. I really did. He just, going up in weight and stamina thing. And Bostic is ex-champion unified. That guy can fight.
Benavidez can do a little bit of everything. We only see him as being a pressure type of assassin type of guy, throwing quick combinations and really, just stepping on the gas and squashing guys. But, he can move and box if he wants to as well. He can. I've seen him, so he has that degree. So he can do a little bit of everything in there, which makes me believe that, Morrell's gonna struggle against that, man. Morrell, he likes guys that are, pretty much stationary, man, in my opinion. I thought Hot Rod did a good job of switching his game plan up, going intertwining, boxing and pressuring and boxing and pressuring. I thought he did that very, very well. And that's something I believe that freaking Benavidez can do. He can mix it up too. I think he's a little bit more of a puncher than a Hot Rod as well. I think he can get his attention. He puts his punches together very, very freaking well. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, Morrell, you can't count him out because he can box and he can learn. He can learn from his mistakes.